Hello everyone, welcome back to VoxRes and another video. This isn't the video I planned on putting out this week, but it's something I just wanted to share with you and hope you can avoid being in a similar situation. So as you've seen in the last video, we were changing the brake calipers on the front of the Vectra GSI, and you will have seen, as you can see in the clips now, that I do tend to sort of mention health and safety quite a bit. Mention keeping the vehicles propped up, jacked up safely on axle stands, on ramps, with jacks providing extra support. You'll see in this situation that the car was up on ramps initially, and I've got a bit of a procedure for getting it up there, which involves jacking the vehicle up via the jacking points, and then I do each corner, one corner at a time. Put a bottle jack just under the suspension, jack the suspension up a little bit against the spring, so not lifting it off the jack, just jacking the wheel up a little bit, giving me enough room to slide a ramp underneath each wheel. And I've also got a similar procedure for getting the vehicle off. So again, jack it up, support it on a jack, trolley jack, bottle jack underneath the suspension, jack it up against the spring, pull the pull the ramp out, let the bottle jack down, and let it down onto its wheels via the trolley jack. So as I said, we've been changing the brake calipers. I'll stick a link up in the top right hand corner of the screen now if you want to watch that video. And it was quite late in the day. It was on a Sunday afternoon. It was about 4 o'clock, and I must admit I was rushing a little bit. I was tired, I was hot, and I just wanted to get in and have a shower and have my tea. So, performing the normal procedure, I decided to leave the front up on the ramps rather, to start with, and just get the back down off of the ramps. So I'd successfully got one side down, and I was getting the other side down. I'd got it up on a trolley jack on one side, and I was I'd already jacked up the suspension against the spring, pulled the ramp out, just letting the bottle jack down. So now obviously the plan was to let the car down onto the ground on via the trolley jack. And basically this is what happened. Now, I was under the car at the time, and I believe the cause of this accident, or not the cause of it was obviously me not being careful enough and not taking enough precautions. But what I'd done is, where I'd been changing the brake calipers on the front, I'd had the steering lock off, so I could move the steering to gain better access, and I'd left the steering lock off. So what happened is the car actually twists, as you can see in the video, and slides off the trolley jack and hits the ground. Now, luckily, in one respect, well, in every respect really, I had all four wheels fitted to the car. So what happened was the car came off the trolley jack, as you can see, hit the ground, bounced on my chest. So I hadn't got constant pressure on my chest, luckily. It just bounced and hurt a lot. I screamed out. If you look in the top left corner of the video, you can see my leg kick out as the car hits me. I screamed out, and then realised I was sort of all right, but I was stuck under the vehicle. Luck was on my side again, because some neighbours were out chatting just up the road from me, and I screamed out and shouted for help. And as you can see, they came running over to my rescue, lifted the car off me via using another trolley jack, and I managed to crawl out. Now at this point, I thought I was just winded, my chest hurt, I was out of breath, and as you can see, I do go and get my vape pen out of the garage, and I have a chat to my neighbours for a couple of minutes before going in and ringing my partner, and sitting down and resting for about I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. Then, funnily enough, I managed to go outside, tidy up everything, tidy up the garage, put the jacks away, put the ramps away, lock the car up. I hurt, but I thought I'd just winded myself badly and possibly some bruising at that point. Fast forward to the next day, I hurt a lot more, especially under my ribs, and thought, well, I've probably broken a couple of ribs. As the week progressed, I got worse and worse, the pain, and also started having breathing difficulties. My neighbours had checked on me and said, I think you should go to A&E. I'd been around my local chemist and bought some extra painkillers, which luckily is only 5 minutes walk away. That was a struggle. I struggled to breathe walking around there. And the pharmacist actually said that, I think you should go to A&E. And me being the big I am, is no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It just hurts. I've broken a couple of ribs and it hurts. Fast forward again to the following Saturday. So this is nearly a week after the accident. Unfortunately, none of my family can drive. My partner and my girlfriend had offered to come over on the bus and see me. And I said, no, I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm dosing myself up on painkillers. I'm just trying to rest and make myself better. So I got to that Saturday. She came over on the bus to visit me for the day, took one look at me and said, you are going to A&E. You look dreadful. And by then I was struggling to breathe. That was the day of the King's coronation here in the UK. Saturday the 6th of June, I believe it was. Anyway, went to A&E. The receptionist in A&E took one look at me and went, I'm going to get you seen straight away. I was taken through a triage almost immediately. They did my obs and my oxygen sats were down to about 85%, and I believe a danger level is about 92%. So I was put straight on oxygen, straight into a wheelchair and wheeled through to cubicles. Cutting to the chase again, I had several scans, x-rays and stuff. Consultants saw me, put on oxygen, put on an ECG. And it was discovered that I had actually punctured both my lungs. So it was quite a slow bleed. So over that week, my left-hand lung had filled up with quite a lot of fluid. And my right-hand lung had filled up with a little bit, but not quite as bad. It wasn't very good. So they didn't drain it at that point. They sent me home with some very, very strong painkillers. They managed to get my oxygen levels up again, and booked me in for another appointment a fortnight later, where luckily things were starting to heal. My right-hand lung had cleared completely. Left-hand lung had started clearing. I just wanted to share this with you. It's now 8 weeks later. I've still got a lot of chest pains, pains in my ribs. I was off work for 3 weeks. Luckily, my job facilitates me working from home, so I was managed to work from home for about another 4 weeks. I actually did go back into the office a couple of days this week, just gone. Just want to warn everybody how easily something can go wrong. Like I've said, I was rushing. I'd done the job 100 times. Nothing could possibly go wrong, but I just left that steering lock off, which allowed the car to twist on the steering and roll on the wheels on the trolley jack. And the consequences are, I was in pain for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I'm still in a little bit of pain now. But it's the effect it can have on your life and the rest of your family. So I missed my daughter's birthday. I couldn't go over and see her on her birthday. I'm sort of 6 to 8 weeks behind with all the projects I was going to get done this summer. So that's work on the GSI, gardening, various other bits and pieces I wanted to get done. I wanted to get the Astra machine polished and sold before the start of the summer proper. That hasn't happened. And it's just a massive, massive impact on your life when you have an accident like this. I didn't realise how serious it was at the time. The doctors told me that it was pretty serious injury, which I realise now, and it does scare the hell out of me watching that video back. And the thought of getting under the car, I've got some enthusiasm back again now, that I want to get under the car and I want to get working on it. But every time I think about actually getting under a car, it's like, oh, I don't know, it scares me a bit. I also spoke to some friends, an old school friend of mine who worked in the fire brigade, the fire service. Didn't say exactly, but I got what he was getting at, and that was he'd attended several similar incidents in his career that didn't end so well. So I'm presuming the person had life-changing injuries, if not, at worst, he's no longer with us. Also managed to get a week or so ago, got the Astra and the Vectra in for an MOT, and I know the guy that runs the garage quite well, and I was talking to him, telling him what had happened, and he said he'd had a friend that was actually killed in very similar circumstances. So I consider myself lucky. Just want you guys, if whatever you're doing, any DIY, whether it's working on cars, building work, whatever, just do what we're told to do at work, and that's take 5. Just stop what you're doing, think about what you're doing, think about, is it safe? Better still, think about what could happen, and then try and take actions to mitigate it so that you don't end up in the same situation as I did. I consider myself very lucky. I must admit I've got a little bit of a different outlook on life now, because that could have ended so much worse for me and my family. So yeah, that's about it, guys. On a positive note, I did get like I said earlier, did get the Astra and the Vectra in for MOTs, and surprise, surprise, both of them, well, the Astra I thought was okay anyway, but both of them failed. Both of them passed the MOTs with no advisories. So that's good. So hopefully, give it another week or two. I've got with the big Vauxhall car show at Sirewell Airfield coming up towards the end of July, so we need to get the Vectra prepped for that. Now it's MOT, get it cleaned and done a bit of body work. But guys, just take care, keep safe. Please like, share and subscribe this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.